everybody, greetings from Bengaluru, India, also known as Bangalore. So actually, I'm in my room packing up. I'm about done with this trip, but it is also the end of September, which means I need to deliver you my report on what I've sold in the stock photography world. Let's do this.
I can be with you wherever, stay at home or in a foreign land. I can stay like this forever, 'cause I got the world in my hand.
Hey everybody, well, you know I don't really like shooting episodes from my hotel room, but unfortunately, I was going to Labra Park to do some photography. You know, had the big camera ready to go, had my gear packed, checked their website just to confirm their photography policy. They banned photography. So, yeah. So here I'm in a city, and as you guys are going to see in a few weeks when the episodes here from Bengaluru actually air, that this place is absolutely not photogenic at all. Okay, so about the only thing I can photograph out here is trash, dirt, and poverty. So this is not exactly the type of environment I'm normally used to. So, yeah. So, instead of taking you guys out there, I'm going to go ahead and just, give you my monthly report on what has sold, or what I have sold, in the stock photography world for the month of September. Alright, let's talk about our first time image sales. This one is from an episode I shot in Hawaii on sea turtles. And what's really cool is that little by little, each one of these images are either selling for the first time or they're selling again and again and again. So not only was that a fun evening, but it's also turning into a profitable one for me as well. This next one is from my episode on wildflower superbloom in Bartlett Lake, Arizona. Around Phoenix, we do have some reservoirs and some beautiful mountain scenery. And best of all, in the springtime, after we get all of our rain in January, we get a wildflower superbloom. So this is just simply some California poppies with a saguaro cactus in the background. So here in Bengaluru, I'm in a very high density area. And I don't like that. For those of you who know me, I don't like that. So this next one is actually from, oh my gosh, I gotta figure out how to pronounce this thing. I wrote it down, Gayubolking Palace, Gayubolking Palace in Seoul, South Korea. Now this is a very huge tourist area, but I was able to find those quiet areas, and this image is from one of the palace structures where barely anybody was at. And this last one here is a image of a sunset in the Sonoran Desert. It's actually from an episode that's aired fairly recently, desert panel in the full desert heat. And yeah, it was hot. As a matter of fact, my camera was even overheating when I was filming this episode. It was so hot. But I have gotten some images that continue to sell, and here's just one of them from that episode. It's its first time making a profit for me. Now here are some of my top images sold on Getty Images. This first one is from my episode, Chinese Dinner and Nighttime Photography in Chinhae, South Korea. So kind of like here in Bengaluru, Chinhae was not that photogenic, but I did find on the mountain where the Chinhae Tower is at, just little different parks, and this one was actually a park that you could visit at night, and they had all these statues with different light displays, and this is just a bokeh image I made of one of the butterflies. This next one is from Cadiz, I believe it's pronounced Cadiz, Spain. Walking around the perimeter of the city, it's on the peninsula, and came across this really nice park and this trellis with lots of flowers on it. Now, some of my top images from Shutterstock for this month, actually, it was not from any episode I filmed. Now, I am going to do a back episode in which you're going to see this image from Venice, Italy. This restaurant that I stumbled across accidentally at night was just, it's marked on my map to take people to later on, because it is just the quintessential Venetian image of a restaurant with people enjoying themselves right along the Grand Canal. This next one, I was actually just on a walk with my wife through the Phoenix Sonoran Desert Preserve, and it's a rarity. This is actually a broad daylight image, so it's very rare for it to sell. But you can see I turned it into a pano with lots of saguaro cactuses. So here are my top images that sold on Adobe stock this past month. This image is actually looking into a creek running through Seoul, South Korea at night. There's actually a bridge in which they project kind of a rainbow underneath the bridge, and this is a long exposure of those lights reflecting in the creek. This next one's pretty cool for me. This is from my episode on getting our kicks on Route 66. It was my last road trip with my dad. And it's just one of the roadside oddities along Route 66. By the way, just so you know, Dad is coming back. And I found another section of Route 66 that's been bypassed, and we're thinking we might just do another father-son trip, so stay tuned for more on that one. Alright, here's one of my top sellers from Dreams Time. Now this is an evening image shooting out into the Bay of Naples, and it's from my episode on Naples, Italy. So here's another little preview of what's to come. I just got word that it looks like we're heading back to Italy here in a few months, so of course, stay tuned for more from Italy. So what you've seen over the last few weeks on this channel is that I've invested in a drone, and I am happy to say, now you guys might have already noticed, I have sold my first my first drone image, my first drone pano, and now I have sold my first drone footage. So this was sold on Getty Images. My commission was $10.83 on this one. It is simply one of my original test flights of the drone, following a road through the Sonoran Desert with some distant mountains in the background during sunset. So very happy to say the 4K footage from the drone is starting to help pay that thing off. Alright, so here it is, my top image sale of the month. It came on Shutterstock. Now this is from my episode on fusion and photography. I actually shot an episode at Tim and Rebecca's restaurant in Saskatoon, Canada, some friends of mine, and then took off across the river for an evening photo shoot. One of the rare times I was in Saskatoon for the summer. What you did see is all the mosquitoes I was battling in this episode. But for this one, let's see, we got a commission of $17.61 for this. And just to let you guys know, on Shutterstock, this image has made a total of $27.91, and on Adobe, $12.92. So it's safe to say that this particular image pretty much paid for that entire dinner and then some that night in Canada. So enjoy.
Oh yeah, it is such a nice evening up here, especially compared to it was a few months ago when I was in -9 degrees. This weather's perfect. Alright, so we got to our evening photo shoot site just in the nick of time. The sun is about to touch the skyline, so we're going to see what kind of images we can capture here tonight.
So last quarter I reported you my best quarter ever. Well, I'm going to do it again. The the numbers are continuing to climb. So make sure you click that subscribe button to follow along with this channel. Ring the little notification bell so you know when I post new content. I would also appreciate a thumbs up, and if you like any of my videos, please feel free to leave a comment or two. That helps me grow this channel, and I would appreciate it. And also, don't forget, in a few weeks from now, you're going to start seeing the episodes from here in India. Never stop exploring, and I'll catch y'all later.